Intercepts.
Everyone just stay calm and relax. I'm trained for this sort of situation.
You're trained for a scenario where you're shopping at the mall and then get pulled into an alien ship and whisked through space?
No, but I'm trained for situations where I've been detained against my will, where hope is bleak and all looks lost. This material feels almost like rope, and the seating utensil, I think I can file it into a blade.
That's great to hear. And once you cut us out of our cages, can you use it to fly a spaceship and navigate space and time?
One thing at a time. The first step is showing them that we're not docile creatures who will just sit by and go quietly into the night.
If you'll recall, I tried shaking the bars for a while and screaming, but then they made the cage shrink in and electrocuted me a bit. So quiet is working for me at the moment. What kind of metal can shrink on command like that? Are you able to tell from your spoon?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I don't know what that meant, but it didn't shrink my cage. I don't think they speak English, or they haven't managed to figure out my spoon and rope plan yet. They may not be as intelligent as we assume.
Yeah, they probably shrank my metal cage by luck. Idiots.
Oh, I do not like the dynamic between these two at all.
I thought you were mute.
Pretending to be co-workers, but clearly Badagadar and Gerdagadaf are more than just friends. See all those knobs on the skin? That one must be the male.
Still waiting for my heart rate to come down. I cannot believe you could talk this whole time.
This is good intel. Tell us more about these knobs. Gotta find something we can use to weaken them.
Oh, well, those knobs have caused me and my family a lot of problems over the years. Nothing good comes from those knobs when they swell into bulbs. See how there's just a tiny glow at the end? Well, he's getting excited, and Gerdagadaf probably isn't far behind.
Are you saying he's just walking around in front of us with a boner?
A bunch of boners all over his body. And she'll start to have the same thing soon, just with different colors and more of like a suction cup kind of thing.
If they were to get close, with these boners exposed, and if I had my blade ready, could it potentially incapacitate them?
And I suppose my question is more along the lines of, how do you know all this about alien boners?
'Cause these things, or some like them, have been tormenting my family and our animals for years.
Blade is nearly ready. Next, we'll need to start designing a plan.
That sounds great, but first, how did they torment you and your animals? Like experiments and things, probing? Have you been abducted before?
Thankfully, no. But they've been coming to our barn and doing whatever it is they do in front of our cows and our sheep for years. You know, my dad would always run out there and yell at them, and he'd say, "Get out of here, you slimies," which is what he called them. But they just keep...
Keep what?
Oh gosh, just carrying on, you know, with the glowing parts and the bulbs and the suction cups, and they'd make all this steam, and it would fog up the barn, and the cows would all start mooing, and the sheep would be running around, and we couldn't let them out, you know, because of the cold. So my dad would just watch after them while these whatever they are did their business.
The only way to respond to that kind of hostility and disrespect is with force. You needed a tactical team.
Well, that's where my Uncle Garland came in. He brought over his guns one night, but their ship turns bulletproof and invisible somehow. He fired a bunch of rounds, and they just bounced off, and one hit one of our sheep. So after that, he'd just sit in the hay and watch. He never missed out on being there, but what could he do?
He never missed out? So any time they were doing their thing, he'd come over and watch?
Oh, yeah. Of course he'd watch. To keep an eye on the animals with my dad, you know. They'd sit on the hay and have some beers and wait for him to leave. I'd come out and offer to help, but I was too young. They'd say, "Go back inside. You'll spook them." And I didn't want to scare the animals.
Yeah, sounds like that's what they meant.
Yep, you were right. Now her cups are starting to glow. It's time to make a stand. Here we go, team!
Oh my god! The spoon! Jesus, is he dead?
No, he's still breathing. Although, I don't know how with his neck like that.
Oh my god! What are we gonna do? He was our best hope! What did they just do to him?
Oh, that? Yeah, they used to do that to my Uncle Garland all the time. It's kind of like a morphine shot or something.
They did this to your uncle more than once?
Oh, tons of times. He'd get all sweaty from the steam, and his shirt would be off, and it was hard for me to tell, 'cause I wasn't supposed to be there, so I was hiding behind the grain. But it kind of looked like he walked toward them, like he's saying, "Hey, it's time to go, you darn aliens." And then they'd zap him. We'd wake him up the next morning on the barn floor, and he'd get his guns and head home. But he always came back, no matter how many times they came. Good old Garland.
How many times did they come?
Too many times to count. Every winter for years. And we'd always worry about the cows. But where else could they go? Our main cow, Sadie, she'd get to bawling if we kept her outside in the cold. And then her udder would swell up, but no milk would come out. So we had no choice but to keep her in where it was warm. Once we finally started keeping them at our neighbor's farm, these things just stopped coming.
They stopped coming and making the steam and tasering your uncle as soon as you stopped having the cows in your barn?
Yeah, and it was a relief, too. The steam was starting to rot the wood in the barn, and Uncle Garland's heart was starting to get pretty weak. Toward the end, he was starting to show up with jumper cables, you know, the clamps on his nipples, just in case we needed to boost him back up after they zapped him.
Right. You know, I can't help but think there might be something with your cows and the barn that makes these creatures want to go there.
Oh, I know there is.
And we're currently heading very far from there. What if we could get them to turn back toward it? What's the female one's name?
Gradagadoff, I think. Why?
Hey, buddy. I can't help but notice your glowy boners. And Gradagadoff's not quite in the mood yet, huh? What if I told you we had some cows in a warm barn? Would that do the trick?
Oh, no. Don't you even consider that.
Yes. Moo, moo, her barn, cows, remember? Moo.
Stop it! You don't know what you're doing. Oh, his bulbs are growing and her suction cups are starting to glow more.
That's the idea. Would you rather be in this cage heading toward their planet, or would you rather head back home?
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, Sadie. Oh, moo. Moo. Moo.
It's working. They're turning around. His boners are really glowing now.
Moo. And her cups, too. Ah, jeez, this is gonna kill Uncle Garland. Moo.
I really don't think he'll mind.
Moo.
Moo. Moo. Murr.
Moo.
Moo. Moo.
Moo.
Murr.
Oh, I'm getting better at it.